Hi, YouTube, and hello, TikTok. We are live, right? Yeah, I was supposed to come live since about 6:30 today, but I was doing so many technical things, and I hate the fact that the TikTok one is like kind of leaning, but please bear with me, guys. So, anyway, we are going to be talking about these celebrities. Now, I do want to just preface this stream by saying that everything that is stated here is my opinion. Nothing is asserted as a fact. Just giving my opinion on the things that we see going on in social media. Fair? All right. Um, let's jump into it. I wanted to kick things off today with Tia. Just before we do jump into the stream, I wanted to kick things off with Tia. Tia recently called up some man because basically she got a text from one of the people that's like one of her like that see like one of her cousins or people who see her as auntie or whatever, telling Tia Kemp to call their baby daddy. And I'm just like, Tia, this where we're going right now, and this is exactly where she went. So let's just take a quick look. And I am going to be maneuvering from screens because I am like streaming on TikTok and YouTube, but let's listen to Tia.
Yanti, call my dusty baby daddy named Ja. Ask him why he keep making excuses to take his 5-year-old daughter. Excuses ain't nothing but motherfucking lies. See, I'm giving back to the community right now. This is what I do.
Hello?
Hey, good morning, Ja.
Good morning. Who is this?
This is Yanti. Why you keep making excuses to take care of your 5-year-old daughter, Ja? What's the problem, nephew?
Who is Yanti?
Yanti, me, the person that's on the phone talking to you. I asked you a question. Now you gonna answer mine? Why you keep making motherfucking excuses to take care of your 5-year-old daughter, Ja?
Yanti? Who is Yanti?
Bruh, I just asked you a question, dog. A very important one at that. Why are you constantly making excuses to take care of your 5-year-old daughter, Ja?
I don't know who playing on my phone.
Bitch, I'm not playing on your phone, bitch. You calm down, motherfucker. I may want to help you. Yanti, call my dusty baby daddy.
All right. So first of all, before we listen to the rest of this clip, why would Tia Kemp think it is okay to call anybody and be like that? I would have hung up immediately, like immediately. But let's see how this phone call goes.
You know what the fuck I'm talking about? You're not providing for your 5-year-old daughter, and that's what this phone call is about. This ain't no game, bro. I'm not playing with you. My name is Yanti Tia. I'm calling you because my niece told me that you always got a motherfucking excuse when it comes to taking care of y'all 5-year-old daughter. Now, can you give me the excuse you give her?
I don't have no excuse.
Well, get to it then.
I know what goes on in my life. What the world?
I do know, motherfucker. Now, this is what I need. This is what I'm advising you to do.
You know that
Call
you
my
are
niece.
homeless.
Call. What you say?
Who the fuck do y'all be thinking y'all is playing on my phone, bro?
If I knew, I knew what?
What the fuck people got going on? Point blank period.
So you homeless right now?
What?
It was at this moment she knew she done messed up. Okay.
Hey, calm down, motherfucker. I may want to help you. Calm down. So you homeless right now?
What the fuck I've been going through?
Okay, send me your cash out then, nigga. You know what the fuck I'm talking about? You're not providing for your... Fuck you get mad at me for?
I've been homeless. Shine J. I was sleeping in my car for 3 months in the cold, did she?
Send me your cash out, nigga.
And if you didn't hear it, this man said he was homeless.
I don't need nobody. I run this shit by myself. I don't need nobody telling me how to take care of my daughter when I know how. They don't know how to fuck money fluctuates around this bitch.
Okay, well...
I got court cases. I got fees.
I understand you, nephew. Don't get mad, all right?
I can't do shit if I'm in jail.
You right. You right.
All my
Listen.
I don't need nobody.
Okay, listen. I'm gonna talk to him.
Samira, no. I don't gotta explain myself to nobody. They know I was homeless, sleeping in my goddamn car. Nobody ain't want to get that bitch ain't want to give me no place to stay.
Nephew, calm down. Text me your number. Text. Fuck you get mad at me for? Text me your cash out, okay? Text me your cash out. I'm gonna send you something. And I'm gonna send her something too for the baby for Christmas, all right? I don't want you to be pressured. I didn't know you was homeless. She told me to call and get on you because you making excuses about taking care of your daughter. Now I'm finna get on her and let her know you got a motherfucking hardship right now. That happens. It happens, okay? Oh, he done hung up on me. He don't want my motherfucking money. He's mad. Let me call him back, bro. Let me call him.
When being in other people's business goes wrong, because I promise you, I am not picking up the phone and calling no one on this here internet to rectify no issues, because at the end of the day, when people come to you with their problems, they're coming to you with just their side of the story. They omit things. They lie. I just feel like people aren't honest. So it's like, I'm not no judge. I'm not no lawyer. I am not calling up this man asking him about no child support. I did not lay down with this man, but Tia will do it. Okay, Tia is a brave soldier. How are you guys feeling about Tia and her giving this man a call? And I'm like, she like started out the conversation and it was like, oh, like, I just heard that you weren't making payments for child support. And when this man started yelling at the tippity top of his lungs, oh, that tone switched real quick. It was, I'll send you money. Don't even worry about taking care of kids no more. I'll send you money. But if you are definitely looking for a good laugh, you can always rely on Tia. All right. So according to It's On Site, Blueface's new girlfriend tattoos his name the same day Krishan Rock removes hers. Now, really quickly, guys, I'm going to show you guys this video, but I want to ask, right? Aren't we like learning? Like, if you see what Krishan done went through, Jaden done went through, why is we getting this man name tatted on our face? She got it done on her neck, but the gagorama is she got the name tattooed wrong. Now let's look at it, because this is not how his name is spelled. So let me play him trying to show off and flex that his new girlfriend got a tattoo since Krishan removed hers.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
What is this on your
So, like, look at that. There's the H missing.
neck, though?
It's supposed to be JOHNATHAN. So there is a H missing from this. And the gagorama is, I do think he was there when she got the
Don't act a boogie. Don't.
I love it. It's fire.
I know you love it, don't you?
You're choking the shit out of you tonight.
I know.
And how we found out that this girl got the wrong name tattooed on her neck was Carlissa, Blueface's mom. She was just like, I understand you want to get the tattoo, but at least spell his name correctly. Now, not for love, not for money, I'm not putting no man's name on me. You could be my husband, you could be, I don't care who you are. That name is not getting tatted on me. I'm sorry. It's just not. Like, I remember, I forgot the rapper. She lives in ATL. She's from ATL. No, Amaretta. I think she has like a gazillion tattoos of this guy in jail. Like, I am sorry, Krishan. She had Blueface's name tattooed on her face. Like, absolutely not. You can't get me to do that. You cannot get me to do that. And again, I just hope that this love never finds me. Like, find the other girlies. Like, I don't want this love to find me. But nonetheless, how are you guys feeling? Would you guys get somebody's name tattooed on y'all? I personally wouldn't. But let's jump into this whole Peter situation. I'm like, I know that Peter is behind bars for some alleged tax evasion stuff he has going on with the restaurants and all these different things. So imagine my surprise when this podcast clip goes viral and the girls are fighting over Peter. I'm like, this man is not even here. What are we fighting over? But let's hear them out.
Me a call for my birthday too.
Hold on, quiet.
I don't give a about Peter. Shut the up.
Make me shut up. Make me shut up.
Oh, we good.
I don't give a about nothing.
Most recently, I felt like people would recognize my face from the Shade Room,
Oh, you went viral on Shade Room? What you was doing on there?
dating my spouse,
Who your spouse?
You can't just give it to
Peter
her.
Thomas,
Oh, you
real
look
life.
cute. You look cute there.
in real life. And
Oh,
that's
so
last
y'all
year.
like
Hold on, let me
deep.
So we're in a like actual like real relationship.
Can I-
so we're like,
can I say
he
one
wants
thing
to
to
have. We talked about marriage. We talked about having kids.
I'm gonna
Like,
say one thing to you. So before he went to jail, I'm just gonna be honest. I'm not even trying to be funny.
no, please.
My cousin was dating him. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, you were his girlfriend, or
Wait,
you
what
just,
was the
like,
timeline
Who's your
here?
cousin?
It's literally her name's Brittany.
Do you
was
know
paying
Brittany?
her bills before he went to jail. So
How long ago was that though?
a month ago, that she was telling me about her talking to him. So
Oh, okay.
How's that
Maybe it
possible
was,
though?
like,
if he's in jail,
well, maybe he called her from jail. I don't know. You know they get messy when they behind the
Hey,
bars.
he blows up my phone every day. You know,
So
literally. They met them in like a virtual relationship or something.
No,
Virgil.
because they literally went to his restaurant in Baltimore.
That was before I was even in his life. Because last April when I met him, his restaurant was already shut down in
I don't
Baltimore.
even care, girl. Do you think
I don't care
literally
either.
was just
I'm
trying
just
to figure
saying.
out what it was? Because I didn't want my cousin to be mad at me for like being on a podcast with a girl that's talking to him, and then I didn't say nothing about it because she been like bragging about himself.
What's the last time she bragged about him?
Maybe like a month ago.
oh damn, this was recent. Like
Ooh, now
a
we
month
getting
ago.
into it.
We go
I'm not saying you're lying. I'm just saying I just find that hard to believe.
How long
How
were you
long
dating
was it?
Peter?
Was it-
We've been dating for the last year and a half.
Year and a
Since
half.
April 6th, and we've been together every day since.
um,
Currently, like I went to go
Oh,
visit
I
him.
thought you-
I'll be
wow.
back
I
to
get
visit him on
mad.
Sunday.
If you were to find out he was cheating,
of
you would
right now?
you would break up with him.
Bye.
That's
Have
that's your
fun with that.
boyfriend. That's crazy.
Have fun with that.
After the podcast, we can
I've been in
FaceTime
his
her
house
and you'll
for a whole
talk to her.
month.
Because I'm just trying to
Call that right now.
Oh, yeah, like, let's figure this out. Like, yeah,
What we waiting
let's get to
for?
the bottom of this right now. Hey, Brittany. Hey, how you doing? This is Stunt Lifestyle with the We in Miami podcast. Are you dating Peter? Because I'm with his girlfriend right now.
Are they married?
No, just girlfriend, boyfriend.
Okay, so that means they're both single, correct?
Oh,
I'm not gonna give any information out like that, but he's a great friend of mine. He will always be a great friend of mine.
did you have intimate relations with him?
This is funny. I don't kiss and tell, baby. That's crazy.
You don't kiss and tell?
She sounds a little bothered. Why she so like bothered?
She gets that old
You want to talk to her?
wrinkles.
I'm crying. I mean, I know she ain't me, so that's irrelevant.
Oh, man.
Regardless.
Wait, what's your name again? What's your name again, babe?
Alexandra.
Like I was saying, I wasn't trying to be like weird or shady, but it's my cousin.
Stop it. Peter bought me a car for my birthday too.
Hold on. Quiet.
I don't give a about Peter, to be honest, you guys. I don't even know him.
He's
He's
a
in
I get on the
jail.
wheel.
He's in jail. He's in jail.
Listen,
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. You're welcome.
All right, where the water at? Girl. When
all good energy.
Fairy
All good
tale.
energy.
Next.
Fairy tale. You're living here in a fairy tale.
No, that's
Listen, your man. If you're and my cousin, you're gonna share.
all right, brother. That's good.
What
We
if you're
good.
standing up for what?
We
You
good.
don't
We
want to
good.
stand up.
I am
Please.
Who
Talk
cares
about some-
Peter? He's in jail. Nobody cares. I didn't care. I was
Yeah, you're still talking about it.
shut the up.
Make me shut up.
Then-
Make me shut up.
Oh, we good. We good.
Make her shut up.
I don't give a I think my fucking
All right, so let's do this recap of what the heck did we just watch, right? So, like I mentioned before, we all know that Peter Thomas is literally away in jail, prison somewhere, and it's allegedly for some tax evasion or something. If I remember what the blogs were saying, I remember it being something related to his tax and his business and stuff like that. So, again, Peter is how old? Like, how old is Peter? Like, I guarantee that Peter is like in his 50s and his 60s. I don't know. I might just end up looking it up just to kind of see, because we have these young, nice, beautiful girls fighting over Peter. Excuse me? Oh, this man is 65 years old. So Peter Thomas is literally 65 years old. And guess what? These young girls are literally fighting over him. So it starts off with this girl talking about Peter Thomas and them being together, even though he's like behind bars and whatnot. So the girl, because it's of course a group of them on the podcast, the girl says, hold on, but wait. My cousin talks to Peter. So what do you mean? And she's like, well, it can be recent. They go back and forth for a little bit, and then they call the cousin. And the cousin says, well, you and Peter aren't married, so therefore both of you guys are single. And I'm just like, girl, this 65-year-old man should never be this serious. And he's behind bars. But I guess love is love, and I'm not gonna judge. I'm not gonna judge, but I'm just utterly confused. I'm utterly confused. And then the gag-a-rama about this is that you are the cousin. You're not even the girl that's dating Peter Thomas. You're the cousin of the girl. So imagine you get up to fight now and you go get beat up because of your cousin's man, who isn't kind of his man because it's her man. That sounds like some algebra that I don't even want to get into. But I'm just like, I don't know. Like this definitely caught me by surprise, because again, I thought Peter was like locked away, figuring his life out, but I guess not. I guess, like he's doing what regular men do when they're behind bars. They got their pen pal and stuff like that, and he's doing what he does. Nothing but time on his hands. I just wouldn't want to be one of his victims. Anyway, let's move it along. Any thoughts, opinions, comments as it relates to Peter? I'll be more than happy to discuss. All right, let's see what else we got. All right, so we started the conversation talking about Tia Kemp. However, Peach McIntyre and Tia Kemp have been going through this back and forth as it relates to who did it first. I did it first, you did it first, we did it first, everybody did it first, right? So as they're doing this, going this back and forth, and mind you, these aunties, they can read people for filth. If you just want a little bit of flavor as to what Tia Kemp is saying, I'll definitely play for you guys. But just to kind of give you guys the backstory, Peach McIntyre, she's been going around and she's been having the girlies install her wig for $1,111.11. Fine, that's her thing. I think girlies have been doing it before Peach McIntyre, but she came in and she added her own spin to it by having it be for that price, right? And then a couple weeks pass, I see that Tia Kemp is doing it, but she's doing it for $2,222.22. Now, if I was Peach, I'd be mad. I get it. Peach ain't start nothing because girlies have been doing it for a very long time. They get the wigs from China. They get the girls to install it. They promote the girls and they promote the wigs and they go about their business. I get that. However, if you gonna come into something that I create and then double the price, I'd be mad too. But let's kind of listen to Tia Kemp, do her thing.
Out my head and took a salt bath, bitch, because your energy is too negative. I don't want it transferring over to me. Bitch, I'm out here getting money, ho, and it ain't about no motherfucking money. Worry about your motherfucking self and your motherfucking Brady bunch you got over there, bitch. Because like I said in the beginning of this conversation, ho, I would never laid up and had 9 children from Bill Gates, now rich motherfucker, bitch. That's a piss poor mentality. Oh, you fucked your life up when you did that. That's why you miserable and mad. That's why you walking around ugly and mad with the world, because bitch, you miserable. I know I would be too if I had 9. Ho, every summer you was barefoot, pissy, and pregnant. Girl, if you don't go lay your ass down and get you heal yourself, go heal yourself, ho, and go get right with your mammy. Oh, you come for me, bitch.
All right, so we all know Tia can literally read us for filth, and we get it. However, wrong is wrong, right is right. I do feel like Tia was essentially inspired by Peach McIntyre. I think her doubling her prices was a little bit like, ooh, but essentially, like, I feel like Tia is evading the fact that she copied Peach and is taking digs that your everyday person would take at Peach, right? So I just feel like, Tia could read, but the bottom line is, you took that girl's style. You know what I mean? And something that even said the other day was, why didn't you do nails? Like, go let the girls do your nails if Peach has the hair thing. But I mean, they're gonna do what they want to do, and I'm a skedaddle out of their business because I don't want to catch no strays. But this was definitely Tia showing off her hair.
Hey, if y'all ain't like it, you kind of ate with that one. This to all the hairstylists out there. If y'all ain't liking the way y'all playing in the motherfucker head or they attitude or they personality, fuck all that shit. Come over here to death row. Come on over here to death row, baby. Come on over here to death row. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You hear my
Now y'all know that's fresh in y'all minds from the Diddy documentary when I forgot when Suge Knight did that on stage. You know what? I am going to move on.
I've been
expeditiously. All right. So I literally totally forgot what this young lady's name is. Let me pull it. I totally forgot what this young lady's name is. I remember her and another young lady being on the Joe Budden podcast, and they were on it for a while. They branched off to do their own thing. I haven't really heard much about the two of them working together since they branched off. However, this was a little clippity clip, and I'm like, let me kind of hear what she's saying about this. Dating married men all her life. I don't know. Let's hear.
Chick for married men for a long time. So I have a chapter in here called "Do Married Men Really Treat You Better?" There was a moment in my life where, if it was bills, if it was helping me through college, if it was my birthday and holidays, those are the men that showed up in my life. And I've definitely outgrown that now. I'm 35. I'm not looking to be anybody's side chick, but it leans into just a lot of me realizing the lack of worth that I had for myself, the lack of respect I had for myself. And unfortunately, I was like a slave to the dollar. But like, how else are these bills getting paid? Like, I bartended, I worked, I did multiple jobs all the time. But yeah, it was always like, okay, well, if I could spend your money. And to me, if you're a married man, this ain't about love. So you want something out of me, I want something out of you. And it was like those types of conversations that I was having in my my late teens, early 20s. That kind of shaped the way I view relationships even today.
So that make you like, man, I can't really.
I mean, to me, it's maybe why I lean into ethical non-monogamy. I don't believe in monogamy. I think that traditional way of thinking is unrealistic.
Okay.
You can love multiple people. When we come into romantic partnerships, we have
Hold hold on. Before she get into this ethical non-monogamy, girl, you had me going. You said, hey, I've been the side piece, for a very long time. I've been the other girl for a very long time, growing up, and all these different things, like it's understandable when you're young and if a guy's going to pay your bills, you're going to take it. I'm going to take it. You can leave it, but I'm going to take it. So I understand that. And I thought this was a segue into saying, hey, I want to be monogamous and, not take other girls' men. But we're talking about polygamy, it sounds like.
Realistic expectations of our partners. So we could have multiple friends. We could have multiple siblings that we love. We love both parents. We love grandparents, uncles, aunts. We're taught to love all of these people. But however, when we get into a romantic relationship, it has to be only this person. The possessiveness of it doesn't appear natural to me. I've been the side chick for married men for a long time. So I have a chapter in here called Do Married Men Really Treat You Better?
And what I want to say to that is, yes, you do talk about, and again, I am not a girly that's against polygamous relationship. I'm not. I'm just a little bit surprised by the way she segued that by leading with the fact that she's been with married men her whole life. And then now she's still entertaining polygamy just as long as everyone kind of is on board. I guess it's the ethical way to do it. But my thing is, I don't feel like her point to platonic relationships and platonic love defends her argument for polygamy. If you want to be in a polygamous relationship, just say you want to be in a polygamous relationship. There's no reason to justify it by saying, okay, well, you have multiple family members, you have multiple friends, and you love them all. At the end of the day, let's be frank, that very intimate thing that you do at 10 o'clock at night with your partner, you're not doing it with those people. And I think that is a very instrumental part of a relationship, right? So that's why you don't want to be giving yourself to this, to Sam, Harry, and George. You know what I mean? So I do feel like that, like, if you're going to be polygamous, be polygamous. I have no issues. I just feel like you don't need to justify your polygamy. You know what I mean? There are people who are Muslim. They're not telling you why they have 13 wives. They just have 13 wives. So I do think that when you do present certain arguments, it's just like, girl, you ain't sleeping with your mammy, pappy, brother, auntie, best friend. So I just feel like that wasn't a valid argument for the reason why she wants polygamy. Just say you want polygamy and call it a day. But tell me what you guys think as it relates to the ethical non-monogamy. I feel like every single day we wake up, there is like a new word, a new catchphrase as to what to classify these things as. Just say a polygamous relationship. Like this ethical non-monogamy girl. But anyway, I do love her. I remember her from Joe Budden podcast, and I really, really enjoyed her because it was two girlies on there, and she really did bring life to Joe's podcast. So I love her. I'm just not rocking with her explanation for why she wants an ethical non-monogamous relationship. Now, this one is going to make you guys laugh. And let me tell you, the creator who created this, he is Jamaican. And I want you guys to just laugh. So if Little Rod or anyone sees this was just a comedic moment. This is the part that came from the documentary. So let's just kind of listen to this clip.
Those girls next to me woke up some days, he was in the bed. I would wake up feeling sore, still not understanding exactly.
Did he ram out your back door, brother? Like you always state the bumbo clot obvious. You come and blood clot tell me about some days you wake up, woman next to you, then some days, Diddy, and you feel discomfort. Your back door get ram out. And you like that. You didn't like that because you stay. Come on, use excuse about opportunity. Nobody no blood clot here for bumbo clot opportunity. I want to that brother there. We tell you about someone who you to last to the sauce, you know. Piss me off, you know, the bumbo clot man in your man. Piss me off, man. I say, I lock off my bumbo clot TV. I'm say, boy, come off from my blood clot screen.
Okay, so there will be Jamaicans like me who try to articulate our thoughts eloquently. And there will be Jamaicans like him who just say it, oh, it go. Because I think like that was a lot of the sentiments that was echoed like throughout media. Like if you woke up and you woke up next to Diddy and you were sore, then what was going on? Why didn't you leave? And blah blah blah. So like we kind of say it in like a constructive way, but I was just like, you know what? He just said what needed to be said. You know what I mean? And again, this is for jokes. All right. I hope that made someone laugh because it definitely made me cackle the first time I saw it. But yeah, all right, so let me see. No woman is getting a BBL and staying faithful to a man. The entire point of the procedure is to be a hoe. Now, I saw this and I'm like, I've never had a BBL. I've never had a desire to get a BBL, but I don't know. Like, why are we getting the BBLs nowadays? Like, I really don't know. I thought we were getting the BBLs so we look good. I thought we were getting the BBLs so we liked our bodies. I didn't know it was the new tramp stamp. But now that I know that, I'll know to stay far away from them. Anyway, that was just a comment that I saw, and I was on like a comment that I saw on the blogs from X, and I was like, okay, nice to discuss that topic. All right. So this Milagro Cooper versus Megan Thee Stallion case has been doing a number on me, right? So Megan Thee Stallion definitely went to court and she sued Milagro Cooper. We all know what the damages were. We all know the outcome. And I saw this on the Neighborhood Talk. And the reason why I really wanted to bring this up is because I've admitted I am a fan of Milagro Cooper and, her content. However, what I really don't like here is that, we are like doing this thing where the blogs are always posting negative things about this young lady. Whereas I feel like Megan Thee Stallion, I think it was like 2 separate lawsuits that has been filed against her, allegedly. I would have to look it up, and I'm probably going to look it up before our stream end. But there hasn't been anything. Shade Room hasn't reported anything. Neighborhood Talk hasn't reported anything. I'm not seeing anything on Twitter. I'm not seeing anything on all the other blogs. I'm not seeing anything about these lawsuits. But the fact that one of Milagro Cooper, aka Milagro Graham's lawyers, signed off on the case because she admitted in court that she didn't have enough money, that was newsworthy. But the fact that Miss Megan here is going through the lawsuits wasn't. I just thought that was a little bit unfair. So I was like, let me just include that here. Everybody has been going through a tough time. Anyway, let's move on. Now, we all know that Tia Mowry, there has been all these rumors circulating for a very long time that Tia is basically estranged from her sister. And she finally addresses those rumors.
This whole Trey Songz situation is so disheartening.
Let me go back up.
Everybody thought that there was this huge rift or distance, and that was not the case. The world, they're so used to seeing all of us together, but at the end of the day, we all grow up. We all have our own families. Yes, there's distance because we all are doing our own thing, but when something is important to you or when it is a priority, you will make time for it. My sister and I, we've made a pact that we will reach out to each other once a week, and that's on Sundays. So as long as, we make time for each other, that's all that matters.
What is it that you admire most about your sister?
She's a great mother. It's not easy having ambitions and doing what you love to do and trying to juggle all of that at the same time. She's doing her best to be present, for her kids. And she's doing a great job. You know, I have incredible nieces and nephews. So yeah, I would say she's an incredible mother. I'm inspired by that. Everybody thought.
All right. So Tia definitely addressed the elephant in the room as it relates to her sister Tamera, because I feel like these allegations have been going on for like years, where they're just like, oh my god, they're not together, oh my god, this, that, and the third. And I do think that, you know, when you do think twins, we're so used to, like, when they grow up they're wearing matching outfits. When Tia and her sister Tamera, when they grew up, they were on the same shows together wearing matching outfits. So I do think that in our heads we automatically coordinate the two of them together and everything like that. But at the end of the day, they're twins are going to grow up. They're going to have their lives. They're going to get married to individual husbands. They're going to, you know, live a normal life, and they're going to journey off into their own thing. And I don't think it's, you know, like, uncommon for us to not see them together. It's funny because what is that I think it's an African artist. I don't remember her name, Molly or Malay. I can't really say her name. I see how it's pronounced, how it's spelled, but I don't know how exactly it's pronounced. But she's the one that sings "Shake It to the Max," and she like covers her face and all of that. So I didn't know that she actually had a twin sister, because I feel like she was creating music and promoting and pushing her stuff. And then suddenly, like, after she created a couple songs that have gone viral, then I see someone that looks exactly like her. And I'm like, hold on, who is this person? It's literally you, but a skinnier version of you. Like, what's going on here? And then come to find out, she had a twin the entire time, and we didn't know. She was focused on her career, living her life. And she supports her twin sister because her twin sister, I think, is also on the journey for creating music. So I just feel like we don't need to create discourse where there isn't any, right? But I'm happy that Tia, you know, came out and finally addressed it and put the rumors to bed.
This whole Trey Songz.
All right. So I'm not going to really speak too much on this whole Trey Songz thing. According to online Natasha K, Winter Blanco speaks on allegations against Trey Songz. Nobody is lying on this man. Now, because these things are allegations, I'm going to like just skedaddle away from it. But I do feel like it is good to hear, you know, what these women are saying behind the scenes.
Situation is so disheartening to me, because why does it take so many people for y'all to believe women? Why do y'all hate women so bad that everybody got to be lying on this man? Nobody is lying on this man. If anything, more people are too afraid to come forward about this man. If you have ever seen a movie where somebody is taken over by a demon, that is a good example of who that man is. And that's light. That is very light. And like I said on my podcast, all I'm doing is waiting for the Netflix documentary. It's coming. It's coming soon. But it should have been happened. This man should not even be able to be out and about on the streets, running around, roaming around, like, at all. How is this man still free? How is it that every time I see this man out, it's still a group of professional homeboys dapping him up? What happened to protecting women? What happened to believing women? Like, what happened to street justice? No. Just dapping people up in the club like a bunch of goofies. I see it all the time. Every time I see the man, he's surrounded by goofies.
Child, y'all know I don't play about my hydration.
So you know Tasha is going to definitely promote her products, right? But nonetheless, right? Let's jump into it. Now, something that this young lady brought up was that, you know, there is still this brotherhood around Trey Songz. I'm not gonna really speak on the allegations because I ain't never been in a room with Trey Songz, and I probably never will be, because the allegations have been piling up for years, right? So I don't put myself in situations to find out. I learn from people in their journeys. So if you go down that road and you tell me, hey, there is a lion eating people up, I am not going to go down that road. I am definitely going to make a nice little right and go the opposite direction. Nonetheless, I am going to address this part where she does say, like the men are still zapping up Trey Songz and things of that nature. I mean, something I've more recently learned, and it was actually from watching the Mano, Jim Jones, Dave East, and Fabulous podcast. And that thing that I actually was able to learn, and let me just take Tasha off of the screen real quick. But the thing that I learned was that when it comes to men, there is definitely this affinity for brotherhood. But I don't like, for me, I don't care if you have an affinity for brotherhood. I don't care if you like your brother, you love your brother. What I see exist while having this affinity for brotherhood is this disrespect and disregard for women existing equally. And I feel like that I don't like, that I don't appreciate, and I just feel like it's just the way that certain men were raised. Because if you have an affinity for brotherhood, then why aren't you just a genuinely good person who will love and respect your wife, right? Why is it that there is this, oh, we brothers, and I'll never betray you, and I got your back, and it's me and you till the very end? But the woman that you lay down with, you disrespect, you abuse, whether it be sexually or physically. Like, I just don't get it. You talk about them and you air them out like I would have appreciated if you was just a grimy dude and you was grimy to the dudes, grimy to the girls, grimy to everybody, because then that's just who you are. But this I don't even know what to call it. Like this thing that exists amongst them, it's rather weird. But I don't know. I don't know why it exists. I don't know why it exists. But anyway, again, I'm not jumping into the Trey Songz allegations. That's not my business. And we'll see if the documentary do come out. Anyway, Diarra, let's talk about her. Now, I have to be completely honest. I wasn't around for Diarra and her boyfriend with them coming up. I actually was like, I came to know them post breakup when they were trying to finagle, what was going on. So essentially, Diarra, this young lady that you're looking at on YouTube, is a young lady who created a YouTube channel with her boyfriend at a young age, and her boyfriend created content and did these things, and they did the couples channel, and it blew up. Everyone loved them, right? To my understanding, because again, I wasn't around for this. However, when I came around, I guess there were some cheating allegations. They were still trying to figure out how to create the content in the same breath while trying to navigate what's going on with the separation behind the scenes. And I think we all kind of knew it was like cheating allegations, but we never specifically got the story on it. So because I'm nosy and I want to know the story, we're gonna listen to her story. And let me say, this girl is a baddie. She is a 10. She is a baddie with her baddie friends. Like, if I'm looking for a hair inspo, I go to Diarra. If I'm looking for nails or fit or something, I'm going to this young lady.
Who always was like, I will never take no cheater back. But I believe that you can't say what the hell you gonna do until you go through that situation. You want me to tell you the story of how I find out? Then this will be the first time everybody ever found us out, child. But now I don't have an issue with my partners and stuff like that going to the club. But when it's excessive, things start to get a little. Why? But then I had conversations with people. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe I am being a little too strict. I don't think you can be a little too strict, but you can, have your own individuality. That was a thing that needed to happen anyways.
Were you not?
No, I'm not a person that go out like that. So, and I'm also not a person that wants to be there 24/7 to watch you. You shouldn't have to watch your partner.
Sometimes you got to meet people where they are.
Mm-hmm.
And
I did. And that was where the shit went left.
How?
I'm a person who naturally wake up early, right? Said person is not a person that get up early. They be up 12 o'clock, and that's late to me. Now, when you start waking up, when I wake up and you won't never wake up at a time, something is off. So I woke up 6 a.m. to be exact. And then this person was on the computer, and I'm like,
on a what?
Computer, the laptop. And I'm like, what are you come on,
It's getting suspicious.
Exactly. So later that night, folks wanted to go out, and I am being the free person that I am. Do whatever you want to do. Have your independence. But at home, while I'm there, I'm typing in the computer, seeing around, looking around. I look and see that it's like an email. Why are you on an email at 6 a.m.? Okay. I'm typing into the email, trying to figure out the password. Ain't shit working. I kid you not. I type in one little password and it just loaded in. It logged me in.
We got a cheat on the loose. He out there. We know who it is. How did that conversation go?
Because I'm in the situation, like I felt played. But I think it was one of those things where the other party felt played because it was one of those things where you was being told things that wasn't necessarily true. And then obviously we're public figures. So as we continue.
The other person was a public figure too?
No. They was not. I'm saying us as public figures, we still have to go on with, our lives, what we're doing, me being oblivious. So you continuing to do this relationship thing, but in the back, you telling the person that like, well, it's just for the money, or I'm leaving her. But in reality, you still looking like, you know what I'm saying? You get on one knee, you do all that. Why are you lying to me?
So this is what I want to understand. Right?
I was a person who always was like, I would never.
All right. I feel triggered. I feel triggered because she brings up the email, and I know that feeling because I remember, like, as a girlfriend, you go through the phones, you go through the messages, nothing is there. You go through the Instagram, and the Instagram is clean. And you go through all these different apps, and you're like, oh yeah, like my man is good. Like my man. But that email, when they start resorting to that email, I feel like it's like a level of desperation, and I'm just like, I'm over it. I'm over it. So basically, Tia is saying that she went to the emails and she saw that her ex-boyfriend was cheating on her and stuff like that. I mean, I feel like since their breakup, I feel like I've seen beautiful things from Tia. She has had amazing opportunities. Again, she is a girly that you go to for the looks. Like if you're looking for like a nice little get up, you're looking for some inspo, definitely go to Tiara's page. But I definitely feel triggered. Like, have you guys ever been through that? Like, has a man email ever hurt your heart? Or a girl ever told you that they're talking to your man through emails? Like, my dude, what do you mean? I don't know. I feel like that's a special kind of hurt because you left messages, back and forth messages that happens like 1, 2, 3 to go type in email addresses. I just feel like I feel like that's definitely another level of cheating that I don't want you back. I just don't want you. I don't want to see you. I don't want to hear from you because you went the extra mile. You went the extra mile to cheat. And also hide it too. Okay, so let's jump into Tokyo Toni. Tokyo Toni is like, she is just the funnest person. I didn't mean to say it's the funnest. She is the most hilarious person that I've ever seen. She will always give you a kiki, okay?
This the one y'all seen. This motherfucker. You still ain't gonna get none. Bitch, I'm married. He got a wife too. Hold on. But look at that. She was kissing that. That's my name, bitch. She was all on it. She was on it. Boy, you better get out of here. And he has a very nice wife. Very, very nice. Very kind lady. Yep. But that's my buddy for life. You get on my nerves sometimes, but that's my buddy for life. Yeah, I got a real bad sciatic nerve. I could barely walk. So I know I gotta go get me an MRI on the next day. Yeah. What? Shit. Oh, my husband know. Didn't have you talked to my husband before? You talked to all my husbands, right? Oh, okay. I was about to say, I let all my husbands know each other, baby. They all gotta be friends. And cool. Every last one know each other. Hey, you know the husband from the 90s too, right? Curtis, you talk to Curtis? Yeah. All of them. Everybody. Huh? Y'all was talking about me like a dog, though. I don't know. Yeah. But you the one with the biggest. This the one y'all.
I hope y'all caught that last part. But you the one with the biggest shish kebab, with the biggest eggplant. I'm like Tokyo Tony, like, why can't you just have a friendly conversation with your ex-husband? She had to point that out. But if there's one thing you can say, Tokyo Tony, she gets on the internet, she clowns, she do all of this. But if you talking about having this husband, that husband, this one, knowing each other, and you actually walk down the aisle and got these different husbands, clock it. Like, you're not just getting a boyfriend. You guys shoot multiple husbands. I don't know. But I do like Tokyo Tony. I just kind of wanted to play this clip because I just wanted to show y'all like how like she plays. Like, she definitely plays. All right, so this was something I don't know if it's true because I haven't seen the broadcast with Trump. Maybe I missed it during my my fixing this tech stuff to go live with you guys. But let's jump into what Tucker Carlson had to say about an upcoming war with like Venezuela.
Is Trump going to start a war in Venezuela?
I don't know. I don't know when this program airs. The one that we're on right now. This thing's maybe live.
Well, we're live now, and then it'll be posted immediately. So
So
now,
my sense is, I don't know the answer. I've certainly been on the phone a lot about it. I have no power. I'm a podcaster, but I'm very interested. And so here's what I know so far, which is that members of Congress were briefed yesterday that a war is coming, and it'll be announced in the address to the nation tonight at 9:00 by the president. Who knows, by the way, if that will actually happen? I don't know. And I never want to overstate what I know, which is pretty limited in general.
is Trump going to start a war?
All right, so this was Tucker Carlson, and there are certain things that I have to be completely honest, I do go to Tucker and Candace about. I know it's like, what do you mean? Like, why is Tucker Carlson here? But I mean, like, I feel like he's a really good podcaster, and I don't have to agree with everything he says to appreciate the content that he puts out. Now, he did bring up that, there's supposed to be a war in Venezuela. So I didn't see that Trump did the broadcast that he was supposed to do. So I was like, okay, I don't know if I missed it. But nonetheless, I do see here that we have a couple reports from NBC, the New York Times, CNN, that basically Trump says he is not ruling out a war in Venezuela. So I guess we'll see how this ages. And I feel like Tucker, he has the insight into this kind of stuff. He knows the people, he rubs their shoulders with those people. So I think he would definitely perhaps be spot on as it relates to this, but we'll see how this unfolds, right? And I think a lot of people aren't really siding with Trump right now because a lot of the people who voted for him voted for him because he ran on this thing of saying that, hey, there won't be any wars, there won't be any this, there won't be any that. And he's totally contradicting himself with the things that he has been doing. So I guess we'll see.
Joining us today.
Okay. Don't think I am Trump crazy, but this I thought the war in Venezuela was definitely important for us to know, for us to stay informed. Now, Trump, you dragged it with this one. So according to the Neighborhood Talk, y'all believe it? Trump says White House doctor told him he's healthier than Obama and Biden. Maybe by Biden. And matter of fact, he says by far. So maybe Biden you are healthier than, but I don't feel like you were healthier than Obama. But let's see what he has to say.
Tonight, our Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick is doing a fantastic job. Representatives Paul Gosar, David Kutzoff, Claudia Tenney, Ronnie Jackson, he was my White House doctor. Ronnie was asked, who is the healthiest of all? Was it Barack Hussein Obama? Was it Sleepy Joe Biden? Or was it Donald Trump? And he said Trump was by far the healthiest. He was the doctor for all three of us, and he said Trump was by far the healthiest. I love him. If he didn't say that, I would have never have talked to him again. Where is Ronnie? Is he here? Ronnie Jackson, what a great legend. Joining us.
That man Trump. Let me switch this real quick. That man was literally scared you was gonna fire him. He knows how you get to going. He knows you, Trump. He been there with you. He been in the White House with you. He see how you move. Once you feel like people aren't on your side or aren't Team Trump or aren't fluffing your pillows for you, you get mad and you get to firing them and you get to changing laws. You get to doing a whole bunch of stuff. So if I was that doctor, I feel like you are the healthiest president that America has ever seen. Have you read the reports from the previous doctor? Trump ain't nobody as healthy as you. That's what I would have said to keep my job. So I don't feel like this doctor is being completely honest on the things that he has seen. I don't know. I don't think he is. I don't think he is. I think he's trying to keep his White House check. But everybody would want to keep their White House check. Who wouldn't, right? But that's what Trump has recently been saying. Now, let's jump into this whole Kandi Todd situation. As we all know, and if you don't, Kandi is getting a divorce from Todd after 11 years. Excuse me, sorry. Kandi's getting a divorce from Todd after 11 years. Now, Todd has when Kandi originally filed the divorce, she said, hey, look, here's the prenup. I want the divorce. As a matter of fact, we can have the joint custody. Todd responds and said, hey, I don't want joint custody. I actually want full custody because you're always away working and I'm with the kids most times anyway. So give me full custody and I want to challenge this prenup. And Kandi's like, hey, look, what do you want to challenge this prenup? Because at the end of the day, 11 years ago, here's the clip from Bravo of you saying you weren't coerced, you weren't persuaded, you weren't forced to sign this prenup, and you signed it. So what do you mean? Todd is like, hey, on a technicality, your attorney knew I was attorney represented, and she didn't wait for my attorney to be present for me to sign a legal document. Now, is it a valid technicality? Yes. Now, do we have to wait for the judge to decide on the prenup? Yes. Now, this is a clip of Kandi basically saying that, she plans on spending Christmas with Todd, and a divorce is on her Christmas list. And I think she's handling things very eloquently. But I do think that I can understand her sentiments of, hey, look, get this guy away from me. Like, you're wanting to challenge the prenup that you signed, and you knew that going into this marriage, I was already a very successful woman, and now you're trying to take a part of the money that you weren't there to make. And again, I like to look at both sides and be non-biased. There is the part of where you can say, okay, well, if the tables were turned and Todd was a female and Kandi was a male and Todd was the person who was taking, this woman was the person who was taking care of the kids, and the man went out to work, does it mean this woman gets zero? And then, of course, everyone would come and hold the woman like a baby and say, I still have visa to the man because he is the worst piece of crap on earth. Do we understand it? Yes. I feel like the concept behind this is that we've always been taught that men are supposed to be the protector and the provider. And by you trying to pull money, especially money that you have not worked for and you was not there for, from an investment that you did not put into, to now take and have me provide and protect for you, is very estrogen-like. So I think that's why us as women, we don't like that. But let's kind of listen to what Kandi had to say on her Amazon Live.
Well, y'all already know I'm going through a divorce, but we have decided that we're still going to do Christmas together. even though we have all this mess going on right now, we still gonna do it together for our kids. And so we are spending Christmas in New York. Does anybody have any suggestions of something fun we could do while the kids are here? And Kenner Wilcox says, what's on your Christmas list this year? I was about to say a divorce, but that don't sound quite festive. What is on my Christmas list? So y'all already know I'm going.
Yeah, so I would definitely understand, why Kandi would want a divorce on her Christmas wish list, because and I just feel like I get it. I get both sides as it relates to Todd and as it relates to Kandi, because this is another thing, right? And I think this is how it works in the court as it relates to child support and alimony and things of that nature. You don't want your child, and I think Kandi owns a $20 million house. You don't want children in this case. You don't want your children leaving a $20 million house to go and hang with their daddy somewhere in downtown Atlanta with the roaches and the rats. You don't want that. You want, when your kid leave this $20 million home with you, Kandi, and they go to their dad, they have somewhere feasible to live. So because I come from a space where, I want my kids to be straight, I would cough up some of the money. And I feel like Kandi would have too, if Todd wouldn't have gone about it with this challenging the prenup kind of route. But I don't know. I just saw a comment. Sorry, guys. So anyway, let's
your dad
move on. Oh my God, she had me cackling. So basically, according to the neighborhood talk, Rick Ross's daughter says that at almost 50 years old, his old ass shit and needs to start acting his age. I don't really understand that title, but anyway, so basically she went on her live and people were trying to talk crap about her dad and say, hey, your dad is mad old and he be acting mad young. Now, for one, I can understand with her. I'm a daddy's girl, and I'm telling you, no one can't tell my dad that he's not 18 years old. No one. In the way that he dresses, in the way that he acts. Well, I think he thinks very with a lot of wisdom, but no one can't tell my dad how to act. He acts, not act, but he dresses like he's 18. He moves with a lot of vibes, and he's in his 50s. So I can definitely understand where she's coming from.
You said that like that shit was gonna insult me. My daddy is old as fuck, and act like he motherfucking 20. I love his life, but I be telling that nigga, slow down. When is you gonna stop? When is you gonna stop doing this? Look, you act like you motherfucking my age. You're not. You're old. Cause if I'm 24, that means you knocking on motherfucking 50, boy. That's old as shit. 50. Look, listen to how it sound. 50. Before my daddy had 8 kids. He had 2. So 2 of his kids are only there's only 2 of us who are adults. Everybody else is fucking kids. They have to live with their moms. Their children, their babies. The oldest one is 8 years old, which is my little sister.
So this is where she kind of goes into the age gap between her siblings and stuff like that. And again, I can definitely relate. My siblings aren't as young, but I could definitely relate to this. Again, just fathers going through their midlife crisis. They're going through it. And I think probably her dad is a rich dad, so he probably pulling up with the Mustang, pulling up with the Ferrari, pulling up with these fast cars, and he's probably doing the damn thing extremely because he has the capabilities to do it. But I just feel like midlife crisis for everyone. It comes in many forms, right? I feel like it happens to women too. Remember Stella got her groove back. I feel like it's just it comes to a point where you're about to reach the middle of your life, or you've reached it, and you're looking back of what you've done so far and realizing that you've lived more years than you have left. So it's about making the best of all of it, right? So I feel like a part of the dressing and looking good for my dad it's always been instilled in him. But I just feel like it's self-care. It's taking care of himself. Like my dad, he wants a facial. He wants all the things. He wants the pedicures. He wants the like my dad. He wants it all, and he's not one of those old people that just gonna sit down and whisk away and let old age take him. He's definitely, he goes to the parties every weekend. He's at the parties, promoting the parties, throwing his own party. My dad is in his 50s and he parties more than I do. I promise you, I can tell the last time I've been to a party. Matter of fact, I can. The last time I've been to a party was when my dad threw a party and needed me to be the bartender at his party. And he is partying. So I just feel like, they're all going through it. And I don't feel like people should have been trying to throw digs at her because of what her dad was doing. Like, don't you have your own life to live? But nonetheless, I really like the way she addressed it. Minus, of course, the cursing because her parents will see it. But then I get it. Like, you're on your live, minding your business. So, who would have thought it would have went viral? But do I want to get into this whole Mano beef with 50 Cent? I'm going to get into it, but I'm going to drink some water because I ain't never talked this much in a very long time. I've never done that I've never done it, but it's been a while since I've done such a lengthy stream. I used to do it maybe like a year and a half ago, but definitely I was like, I need my bottle of water. Because I'm going to be talking. So I yanked the water from the fridge. It got my glass. I was like, okay. But so 50 Cent and Mano has been beefing, right? And the beef starts with Mano hasn't been beefing with a lot of people. Mano was beefing with academics the other day, and that kind of went away. And then suddenly 50 Cent and him, not even 50 Cent and him, 50 Cent was kind of beefing with everyone. Jim Jones, Fabulous, Dave East, and Mano. But Mano's the one who decided to answer. And he's the one that always decides to answer. And I don't know what that's about, but I'm fine with it. Speak your mind, because when I be seeing these trolls leave these things in the comment section, I'd be like, I feel like yoking you up right now. But anyway, that was a side note. So what started this beef between 50 Cent and Mano is that Mano, Jim Jones, Davies, and Fabulous, and I have to remember their names, they were all on their podcast and they were discussing a documentary. And they basically called the documentary produced by 50 Cent a mockumentary. And they wanted to know if it was going to, if this is something that's illegal. Is this something that people can actually do? Like, people can actually get up, dig into your life, get into your story, and publish what they essentially what they were saying is publish this hit piece on you and have it go number one in damn near every single country, right? So that's what they were talking about. They were questioning if this was like a legal thing that can be done. And 50 Cent then calls them squatters, because 50 Cent is going to go there every single time. Every single time. If nobody else won't go there, 50 Cent will. So 50 Cent essentially calls them squatters, tells them that the studio that they're doing their new and upcoming podcast in is essentially They owe over $250,000 in back rent, and their landlord tells 50 Cent that, hey, 50, if you want to buy it, I'll give it to you. And if you, matter of fact, I own half of their podcast. So if you want me to sell you that too, I'll sell you that too. So 50 Cent is like, look, tread lightly because, I'm being nice today. I can literally buy you guys. And this is what Mano actually said. And let's discuss what Mano said. And while we're listening to what Mano said, if you are like, if you were there for what he said during the academics dispute, do you feel like his energy was the same? Let's call a spade a spade.
I have to ask you,
Yeah.
I know 50's been saying, he's coming for everybody. Everybody
Right.
has jokes. He's coming for everyone.
Right.
And he said that he wants to buy into your podcast. Take us through that.
Well,
And,
yeah.
I'm assuming, that must have been kind of good press for you.
Well, I'm gonna say this, man. Beefing with 50 is good business. Numbers is up, podcast is up,
No way.
engagement is up. Beefing with 50, I wish I would have known this a long time ago. We could go a couple more rounds.
No way.
100%. Yeah.
Were you
Yeah.
surprised to see that, or?
I mean, yeah, because it wasn't something that I was normally practicing. You understand what I'm saying? It wasn't about, having an issue with anybody. But since we got a podcast, let's rap about it. It's good for business. But he said he wanted to buy half the podcast. Now, I'm saying if you want to buy half the podcast, I'm the person you need to see about that. I'm the guy you got to see about that.
I mean, do you think he was being like facetious, or was
he say he don't cap? He say he don't cap. So I should be receiving a phone call, right? Saying, yo, what's up with this podcast? Because I'm the guy. If you want to buy half the podcast, listen, I'm the guy.
Right. I mean, we just saw Joe and Jada. We just saw Breakfast Club on Netflix.
What did I just tell you? Beefing with 50, beefing with Curtis is good business.
Oh my
All right?
goodness. I mean,
That's it.
well, what do you think is next for you guys? Do you plan on having like an actual sit down with him? Possibly.
I'm not planning nothing in that area. I'm just going by based off of what was said.
Correct.
All right. So if we going by what is said, and the brothers is not capping, I'm saying, okay, if you can't buy it from nobody else but over here. So
Right.
if you saying you making these bold statements,
right,
then my phone should be ringing. What's up? What we doing?
All right. So before we do address this, matter of fact, let's address this piece first, where he says that if you're looking to purchase this podcast, you have to speak to Mano. There's no one else that you need to speak to. 50 Cent posted, and I don't even have it right now, wish I had it, but he posted the clip of the landlord saying, look, you could get them out, just pay me, I own half of the podcast, and matter of fact, if you want that too, you can get it. So if that person owns half of the podcast, I don't see why 50 Cent would contact Mano. But let me tell you something. Those conversations are well above my pay grade. None of my business. But let's get back to this. What I really wanted to explore is, because I was listening to DJ Academics a little bit the other day. Not my favorite person, but his takes can definitely be tea sometimes. So I do listen to him, right? And as I was listening to DJ Academics, he called out Mano. He said, Mano, when it was me and you beefing, and even in this beef, I did agree with DJ Academics because I felt like he was right. When DJ Academics is like, when it was me, and I wasn't even talking to you, Mano, I was actually talking about Fabulous and Jim Jones. You hopped in, and you was going ham. I was Sweet Relish. I was big body, this, that. And you had all of these things to say. You went as far to go and say, to pull receipts from wherever you pulled them of allegations that DJ Academics say isn't true. So we're not going to talk about those allegations, but we're going to call them lies, actually, because he says they aren't true. But you pull up all of these different things, these lies to tell on DJ Academics, and then You talking about all these different women that you talk to. You talking about how what their experience is with DJ Academics and blase blase blah. So you have all this smoke for DJ Academics, someone who said, "Look, I don't want no smoke," and Big Daddy Curtis is he declared war. I declare war is what Curtis said to you, and you talking about promo. I don't know. I feel like on this one, I do have to agree that you're not, and I'm not gonna say nothing because I'm not a tough guy. I am not a tough guy. And look, I don't get beat up. I'm just saying I agree when he says you ain't have that smoke for that other person. And he even went further and said, how you gonna have smoke for the chill guy who don't want to fight, but the man who's bringing all the smoke to your doorstep, you don't want no problems with him. And he questioned your gangster. I don't know. I think we all are, right? Because if you gonna be a gangster and be a tough guy all the time, right? Don't be a bully to other people that you feel like you can bully on. I feel like, and that was my sentiments when he was going. I'm gonna just say what's on my mind. If you see this, don't say nobody beat me up, but I'm gonna just say it. Like, if you're gonna be a tough guy, be a tough guy all the time. If you're gonna give it up with the guy that don't want no smoke, wasn't even bothering you, was talking about the other podcasters, and you're gonna go ham, then when you see the big guy, you should have that same energy. You know what I mean? It just looks like a little bit of like, But anyway, because I don't want to get beat up, and I hear all these rules and regulations that we have to follow. I was listening to some clips from Joe Budden podcast, and Mona was like, "These are street men, and because they're street men, you don't know what they're gonna do." They had the clip of who was it? Charlemagne getting like they had a lot of stuff going on, and because I don't want no smoke, and I know me, I ain't no street girl. I'm gonna shut up and I'm gonna move on. Okay, let's move on. Okay, this pissed me off. I must say, this pissed me off. So according to Neighborhood Talk, y'all here for it? Maury says he would come out of retirement to settle feuds between Nicki, Cardi, Drake, and Kendrick with a lie detector test. Maury, who do you think wants to see this? After years and years and years of exploiting the Black community, having Black people think it's cute to get up on your show and talk about I'm the baby daddy, who the baby daddy, mama this, and you want to do what exactly? Out of what retirement? And play with who? Our Nicki? Our Drake? I'm gonna just play for y'all what he said because it pissed me off. Like, why did you think for a second that I can't even find it right now? Like, that's how upset I got. Like, when I saw the clip, I was like, what is Maury talking about? If you don't take nurse, this man is out.
Put this out, all right, on social media. I would come out of retirement if I could get Nicki.
Okay, Nicki Minaj.
And Cardi B. Settle their differences with lie detector tests.
Yes.
How about if Drake and Kendrick
If Drake
did the
and
same,
Kendrick came on
same
the show,
thing?
so you would come, you'd want
I'd come out of retirement.
Come out of retirement to settle the beef. Y'all.
I've even put this out, all right?
When I say, if I ever see my girl Nicki Minaj or Drake or even Cardi, because Cardi is my girl too. If I ever catch y'all on any kind of Maury show doing no lie detector tests, I would be highly, highly disappointed because it's not about like it's about the reputation. It's about what this man has done for years. That's staying on the Black community. When people look at us, all they see is baby mama, baby daddy. This, I don't care if you was gonna get paid 100 mil, and I know they probably would do it for 100 mil. I get it, but I just feel like sometimes it's not about a price tag. It's about just separating yourself and distancing yourself from certain things. And I think Maury is one of those people. I feel like I get it, entertainment and things of that nature, but I do think he was a toxin to Black America. I'm going to just say it, because his show, if I remember correctly, was aired internationally. And this is how Black Americans are being portrayed. And I don't like it. This girl don't even know who her mama is, her baby daddy is, blah, blah, blah. And I get it. It does happen. He did have other culture folks on there, but we know it. When we do something, it's the end of the world. When they do it, it's kind of cute. You know what I mean? So I just feel like you better not. My celebrities better not go over there and partake in that shenanigans that Maury wants to partake in. Anyway,
why?
Let's move on. And I know y'all I know some of you guys probably don't enjoy the Candace Owens, the Tucker Carlsons, and the Piers Morgans of this world, because they do have some controversial takes. Me personally, I've learned to start to kind of take in their content, because you want to be informed on both sides of the aisle, right? So I've been keeping up with the Candace Owens and Charlie Kirk situation. Candace Owens recently sat down with Erica Kirk. Many people feel like her tone has changed. She sat down with Piers Morgan, and this is they went back and forth. Piers wasn't allowing Candace to really answer and flush out the questions that he had for her. And I'm like, well, if you had the question for Candace, let her answer it. And she even said it, you can't ask me 10 questions in one, and when I'm up to the third answer, you're moving on to a different question. Let me answer all 10, and then we can move on to the next question. I do feel like Candace Owens is a great debater. Not all the time, but for the most part. And I love what she said here.
What is your theory?
I don't know. I don't know.
But what's your theory then? You must have an idea.
My theory is that we should investigate everything strange that happened on that day so we can figure out what happened.
But are you suggesting
why are we pretending that we don't know why we ask questions? Why? You're a journalist.
You
know what this is. You're like, what's going on? What's going on? Why do you want to know why these planes were tracking Charlie? Well, my theory is that we are being sold absolute Fed slop. The media is doing their Operation Mockingbird Part 2 scenario by telling us, well, unless you absolutely have a conclusion, you can't even ask the question. Yes, we very well can. Keep asking consistent questions until we get a clarified explanation for what happened on that day. And right now, we have nothing, okay? And that is the reason why people are watching my show, because I'm the only one not treating them like they're absolute idiots who don't have two eyes and who believe in magic bully theory and who understand that Egyptian planes should not have been tracking Charlie even 3 times this year would be an anomaly, okay? They've been tracking him. We don't know where it's going to end, but we are going to keep asking questions until we get clear answers.
Candace, it may be that the person in the media spewing bullshit to the public is you.
No, nice try. It's not. It's you by saying, why are you asking questions? Don't you worry about Mikey's feelings? Everyone knows what this is. And like I said, because we have the example, the concrete example of after JFK's assassination, the media members quite literally being put on the payroll of the CIA. We have a historical example that we can look at and go, we're not doing that again. Doesn't matter how many times you keep telling the public that I'm spewing bullshit. It is only because there has not been anything that has come out of this investigation that makes any sense that the public is not listening to. I am sorry to say this, Piers, people like you. And what I love about you and I sitting down is that this exact same time last year, you were doing the same weird questioning and making all these things when I said that they were committing a Holocaust against the Gazans. And then you changed your mind.
Actually,
Piers,
this time,
I'll see you next year when you change your mind again and we have more information about what happened. And you realize that the difference between me and you is that I have the courage to take the risks and ask the questions first, okay, before it's popular. You wait until it becomes popular and then you change your mind.
Why? What are they?
Yeah, so I've definitely been clued in as it relates to this Candace Owens Charlie Kirk situation, and I love to see it, right? Because I feel like the media and the I feel like the media surrounding the whole Charlie Kirk situation and stuff like that, like they're very messy. And I'm not a messy person. Well, I do love mess, but I just feel like you get to see that it's not just you. Like it's not just you that feel like you want to tell somebody to kiss your tail. It's not just you that want to, be upset with people when they say certain things. However, I just feel like I've just been taking notes of how to say it in corporate America, like how to say it nicely. Cause me, I just be like, what did you just say? Did you just say I was spewing BS? And I would have went off. And I would have told him to, go kiss where the sun don't shine. But I feel like Candace is like, and not just Candace, it's all of them related to the Charlie Kirk situation, because now they're calling Candace Owens Charlie Kirk's widow. They're saying Candace Owens is Charlie Kirk's widow, and who the hell is Erica Kirk? Like, it's been messy, but it's been messy in like a corporate America kind of way. Like, if you want to know how to get away with some of this stuff, just tune into the Piers Morgans, the Candace Owens, the Tucker Carlsons, and the all the people that have been talking about Candace, the Shapiros. Like, just tune into them just for a little bit. You know how to ingest their content, because I know that their content can be very, but I know how to read now in a corporate kind of way. Okay, she said now. The people, reason why the people aren't coming to you is because you're not as innovative as me, and not as don't have the courage to ask the questions. You wait until it's popular. So I'll see you next year. And I'm just like, I would have never thought to tell him that. I would have literally, like, the show would have ended when he said that I was spewing BS on to America, to my fans. So aside from the drama and stuff like that, because I love me a good kiki, there is educational stuff that I am getting from this. And the educational stuff that I am getting from this is definitely, and I've always known it, but you get to see how the media actually weaponize themselves to get the outcome that they want, right? You get to see how these billionaires, millionaires, how these politicians and billionaires get to, control, and how they control, because once you control the media, you have the power. So you hire and again, and not because I'm watching the Charlie Kirk situation means that I'm team Charlie Kirk. You hire a guy, you funnel money into a guy like Charlie Kirk, who has all these controversial takes and an innovative way to, to connect to a very, what would I say? To a very innocent audience, right? Because they felt like, liberals and it was in these schools, it's all about, like not being racist and it, like all these different things that are being taught in school. They don't want that. So they needed someone to go to these universities, to go to these schools, to funnel this nasty rhetoric and into this conservative thing. So, like when you do speak to the minds of those children whose minds aren't developed yet, I can see how they play these games. They go to these campuses and they tell them, okay, well, abortion this, LGBT that, and they spew all this different hate, and Black people this and Black people that. And I just feel like at the end of the day, like, I just saw a comment that pissed me off. And that's why I'm, I'm gonna just, anyway. So I just feel like it's just keeping up with them isn't about, okay, well, I like you or I like what you say. It's being able to learn beneath all of it. But anyway, that's What has been going on with Piers and Candace?
Peps for you?
I don't really want to talk about Michael B. Jordan.
At
Let
the
me talk
message,
about it, but
Peps
I'm not
for you?
going to really play the clip because I've been talking for a very long time and I want to go to my bed. And for the person who asked me who I was talking to on YouTube, I am streaming on TikTok and I'm streaming on YouTube. I plan to repost the content so that other people can see it. Now that you're my business. Okay. Anyway, so Michael B. Jordan. Bring it down. Calm down. All right. So Michael B. Jordan says that he wants kids, but he wants to practice with plants and dogs first. So I guess he wants to practice taking care of animals and practice taking care of, plants and things of that nature. So he can, bring forth that nurturer thing within him. I feel like having dogs won't really, it kind of will. But I don't feel like nothing will prepare you for having a child as being a mom. I don't know what it's like being a dad, but I feel like nothing can really prepare you for being a child. I'm sorry, for being a parent. Because at the end of the day, like, you're not gonna love a dog or a plant the way you love your child. So if a dog decides to shit in your living room, and my daughter has had a dog, and she definitely shit and piss all over my house, and I was very upset, and she had to hit the road. You know what I mean? And that was a dog. So, but my daughter, like, when I had to change diapers, when she would throw up on me, when she had boogers running down her face, when, like, this is your child. You love your child. So you can't, I feel like Michael B. Jordan, you can't gauge how you would feel or, harness that nurturer energy by taking care of dogs and plants. But if that's what you think you must do, then Michael B. Jordan, go right ahead. And can we just all clock how cute Michael B. Jordan is? Anyway, let's also move on to this Little Baby clip. And I'm not going to play the entire clip, but Little Baby recently went viral for this because everybody's like, which daughter, Little Baby? Like, you literally only have a son with Jada Waiter. Which daughter are we talking about? So let's listen to what Little Baby has to say.
Mastery store in Dubai, and I have a little something. It's my grandma's car. You know what I'm saying? Come on over here. This is my granddad's car. He doesn't drive it, but he has it sitting. You know what I'm saying? It's my daughter's mama car. You know what I'm saying? Push present,
So I'm not gonna listen to this entire clip because I don't care about Lil Baby and all these fancy cars that he has. My behind got me a little blue 1999 car, and I don't need to see your whole garage of cars, Little Baby. But nonetheless, if you weren't able to catch it, Little Baby literally said, and he talks about the car for his grandfather, and he talks about the car for this person, and he says, hey, this is also the car for my daughter's mom. And everybody's like, hold on, who is your daughter's mom? All we know about is Jada Waiter, and she has a son for you. So what are we talking about, Little Baby? Like where, when and where and how did this thing happen? And to that I say, kudos to Little Baby. Everybody want to know, but keep him out your business. I remember Michael Jackson. He always hid those kids. He would put the thing over the baby's faces, show them, but always kept their kids away from the media. The media can be a very, very nasty machine. You know what I mean? Especially for celebrities. So I just feel like, Little Baby is definitely doing his thing as it relates to keeping his I don't know if it's newborn, just born a couple of months ago. I don't know. But his daughter out of the media. I don't know who his daughter's mom is, but I feel like if you guys know, then you guys know. I don't. And the fact that I don't, that means that, many people may not really be on the ins to what's going on with little baby and things of that nature, and who his daughter's mom is. And I feel like she is even very smart in that way, because when you're in a relationship with someone and it's in the celebrity and you're a celebrity, like, okay, let's say it's the everyday relationship. Me and my boyfriend, we in a relationship. I don't have millions of opinions in our relationship. Whatever me and my boyfriend agree on, that's what we agree on. That's it. We're moving on. But when you are a celebrity and you have a million people, including me, because I'm in your business, a million people like me in your business, giving our opinions, like analyzing everything that you do. When you do have all these different people, and it's not just me, you have the people who comment in the comment section and they don't have like all those nice things to say. And like it just becomes very, very difficult to maintain a healthy relationship with all those opinions in just you and your man. So I think she's a very smart girl for definitely keeping this, whatever she has going on with little baby, quiet. I think she should continue to do that. But anyway, let's move on. All right. I've been chit-chatting a lot tonight, and I'm not going through all of these different topics, girl. I'm definitely not, because my mouth is tired. It's been how long? How long has this stream been? I don't know how Kai and all of them people like Talil, Zoe, like they be streaming for hours. It be 24 hours. I've been talking for like an hour and 30 minutes, and my mouth is tired. It's very, very much tired. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close the stream out really quickly by addressing some things, because I addressed it this morning. So I want to address the new information that has come to light, because again, as it relates to streamer Talil and Jordan Pauline situation, where Talil has been accused of sexual assault and things of that nature. We did discuss it in a brief stream this morning. However, I just want to address the fact that Talil was able to lay out, what he chronicles happened that night, right? So and just for those people who don't really know what's going on, this young lady made accusations that Talil sexually assaulted her. She started crying and all these different things, that she deleted her messages and all these different things. Talil didn't want to really come out and address it. And he said, look, like, I'm a streamer. I got money. I want to speak to my lawyers first. I want to see what's the best route, because I don't want to just click live and, mess something up. So Talil definitely sat with his lawyer, and he gave us things that his lawyer approved for him to post online. One of the things that he posted was that the fact that this young lady, he videotaped her. So he said everything was okay up until the point where this young lady heard my actual girlfriend call, because Talil has a girlfriend. So after we did our rendezvous and did what adults do, my girlfriend calls. She starts spazzing when my girlfriend calls, and because she starts to spaz when my girlfriend calls, I got weirded out. So I started recording, and in that recording, you hear this young lady referring to their rendezvous as a one-night stand. Nowhere in that video did she say that she was sexually assaulted. She classified it in those brief moments after their encounter as a one-night stand. Talil then went on, shared more receipts. He shared a receipt of, her refusing to take the regular Uber that he booked for her, which was a Toyota, and ran back into the hotel and say, what kind of girl do you think I am? You must get me a black car. And he shows receipts of him getting her the black car. And there were some text messages, some lengthy text messages as it relates to her, telling him, like, sending essays. You know how girls are, we send essays. So aside from the essays, another instrumental point that he brought up was that she sent him a request for $2,000. So imagine you're saying that this guy has sexually assaulted you, but you're going to request $2,000 from him. And that was one of the ones that I really questioned. And I was like, girl, if somebody sexually assaulted me, I'm not asking them for no money, for nothing. And she basically came out after he did his stream and said, dummy, the $2,000 was for the phone that I am accusing you of breaking, not for the encounter or anything like that. Now, in this Zelle at request, I would have rathered to see request for a broken phone. But what she put in her request was for playing with me. So this can be taken anyway. However, because I did give my take on it this morning, I just don't want it to seem like I'm defending Talil. I also want to present the arguments that this young lady has said, where she said, hey, look, this is why I requested the $2,000. So this is going to continue to unfold. I'm going to continue to keep up with this. I feel like Kai Cenat, Talil, Zoe Spencer, all these different streamers, I don't really watch their stream, but I am just so proud of their growth, so proud of the things that they do, that I do kind of keep in tune when I do see them on the blogs. So this is something that I'm definitely going to keep up with. And good luck to both Talil and Jordan, Pauline. Make truth come to light. And whoever is lying, then we leave them up to the justice system. Anyway, YouTube, I'm out of here again. YouTube, because I know how you guys get. These are all my opinions, allegedly. Okay. All right. Have a wonderful day. All right. So I'm ending my stream on